My number 5, On the Rocks, Sofia Coppola, Woo. Bill Murray, Marlon Wayans, Rashida Jones. It's like a alternate Rick and Morty dimension where Bill Murray just has a family, kind of like basically he just has a daughter, but he basically kind of plays an older playboy type. Rashida Jones is his daughter. His daughter is worried that, her husband is kind of, might be cheating on her. I think she's kind of insecure and worried that he's getting too friendly with kind of the hot executive at his work, played by Jessica Henwick, from like Iron Fist, and I feel like she's popping up in a few more things nowadays. But she's kind of like the hot young. It's like a social media company, so everyone who works there is like 23 years old, and they're all good looking in New York, and she's like 38, and she's. There's a scene where there's kind of a work event and it's like a party and she's there and she kind of can't really connect with anyone. She doesn't have anything in common. So she that just kind of increases the levels of like, oh, fuck, oh, shit, oh. So she kind of reveals how she feels to Bill Murray, her father. And Bill Murray, who is kind of a scumbag himself, I'll leave it at that. But he's takes one to know one kind of a thing. So he's immediately kind of like, yep, that's suspicious. Yep, that's a sign. Yep. So the whole movie is basically he's kind of a wealthy. It's basically Bill Murray, right? So like if Bill Murray was just a rich guy, which Bill Murray is a rich guy, he would do eccentric things like get out of tickets with cops and take over a room and charm like a whole run into like old flings and stuff like randomly. And he's like an art dealer, so he's just always prowling and stuff like that. But it's great. It's really just Bill Murray in a parallel universe playing Bill Murray. So that's pretty much what I enjoyed about it. I think it's a cute movie. It's better. It's like less brutal than a standard Sofia Coppola movie to me. You know what I mean? It's a little bit more fun in a way, even though the subject matter is kind of heavy. You know what I mean? Where like,
well, like I feel like of all the movies, and granted I haven't seen all of her movies, but like I feel like of all the ones I've seen, this one is like feels the most specifically trying to call out to that Lost in Translation feeling. Like it feels like a companion piece to Lost in Translation, more than just the Bill Murray factor. Like I think the fact that he is a central character to both of them is it, but they're both kind of about like women at like kind of turning points in their life where they're not sure about their significant other and they got to kind of turn to Bill Murray for help. And like, it's kind of like Japan is this exotic place, that this young woman seeing at this younger time in her life. And now it's kind of about an older woman at home kind of coming to terms with home life and just dissatisfaction that comes with age and everything like that. So, I thought it's like, I think that fact made it a little bit more interesting than some of the other things that I've seen her do. And just like, having Bill Murray, man, is like, he makes any scene like magic, and just him talking himself out of that ticket in that one scene is friggin' fantastic.
So it sounds like she, Sofia Coppola, it sounds like she drew a lot of inspiration from about her father. I mean, she's obviously got a very famous father, a well-known father, Francis Ford Coppola, and she definitely borrowed traits of his and injected them into that character. And then Bill Murray kind of picked up the slack and like made it his own. Mm-hmm. But
I'm sure there's a lot of Murray in there.
Yeah. I think I'd be curious to see like what is on the script and then what did Bill Murray just do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because I can't imagine trying to write Bill Murray.
Oh yeah, I feel like it, and I feel like especially like I feel like maybe Coppola likes to do a little bit more kind of improv-y stuff, at least with him. Like I feel like she knows enough. Like the best people that seem to work the best with Bill Murray are the ones that know when to kind of just like let him run with stuff. You know what I mean? Jarmusch and Anderson and all those people. Like they always seem to like kind of know how far to push him and like kind of just when to let the camera roll and kind of let him ad-lib and do his thing or whatever. So I'm glad that he's got some space to play in this one. And yeah, I mean, he's still got it too. Like I love that it hasn't like faded his Bill Murray-ness. Like he's still one of the most charming people alive.
Yeah, and that's definitely super charming in this one. Super lovable, even though he's kind of like sort of unlikable in a way.
Yeah, but that
he's
makes
great,
you like
man.
him more.
He's just like totally like he's like they're he's spoiling his grandkids as you would expect. He's like feeding them chocolate for dinner type shit going on. You know what I mean? Like it's what you want to see.
Well, yeah, you kind of also
It's what you want to believe would happen.
You also kind of get the sense that and it's also like tied into this whole like why he's probably pushing for them to go in this little spy adventure so much is like you kind of get the sense that he was a bigger piece of shit back in the day, and it seems like they kind of go into that a little bit, but not as much as you'd think, and like, but like it's kind of hinted at just because through his actions, like you can kind of tell he's trying to make up for like not being there in the past, or like you can tell he's probably projecting some of his suspicions on her husband because he was kind of a piece of shit back in the day too, so. It's interesting to see that character kind of have to deal with basically deal with himself,